Good morning, YouTube. Today we're going to do something new on Max. So I told you that I replaced the CVT belt some time ago, and now I bought something new, which are the sliders. So today I'm going to reopen Max another time, and I'm going to do it slowly so that I can take a bit of a video about the various phases of this operation. It will take a bit of while, so stay with me, and I will show you more or less all the bits and pieces that you need to know about this process. So here are the rollers, the sliders. There you go. Together with so there are the sliders for the vario plus the components you need to replace also for the sliding plate. I don't know how that thing is called, but I will show you later. Anyway, yeah, this is it. This is the position I'm going to work with. So as you can see, I'm not actually having a real mechanical setup here. I'm just working more or less on the ground. Let's see what happens. So this is the first part of the process, which is the push pin. Now, I told you last time I broke the push pin last time I tried to do this job, so now this is coming out really easy. But it is not supposed to be like this. Here's the push pin, and it has to go in that place there. Let's see if I can find it. There. Here. This is the first piece you need to take out in order to remove basically this old band here, as I told you last time, in order to access the other parts that you need to remove as well. So the push pin is gone, first off. Good. So after having taken out the screws that hold together this underbelly plastic here, so you have a few screws you have to take out. One is there, one is there, one is there, and one is, hopefully you see it, there. You have to start to pull this piece, and as I told you last time, there are teeth that hold it together which are oriented high, so you have to pull it down. Now supposedly this whole piece is going to slide out, and then the only piece you need to take out is the end of it. I will show you what happens when I'm done with this. So this is the piece once it is removed. Some details. Let's see, this is these are the two teeth on the front side. These are the teeth on the, let me think, sorry, this is the inside to the vario. Oh, ships. Hold on. So front two teeth here, then you have the screws, 1, 2, 3, and then you have these teeth, this tooth here that is at the end, and then you have this. And if you're looking on the other side, it's terribly dirty and is upside down, but this is what it looks like. Alright. And this how Max looks like when you have taken this piece out. There are various bits and pieces you can access from here. I don't know exactly what at this moment, and I am not particularly keen in investigating it, but there you go. It's not easy to work on this in these conditions because I'm practically on the ground. I don't have a bridge or something, so yeah. Now the next element to take out is this plastic cover, which should be quite straightforward. I think there are 2 or 3 bolts that I need to take out. I will show you as soon as I finish. Right, here we go. It was quite easy actually. So it is 4 bolts, number 8, and this is what you get when you finish to this job. So you uncover the aluminum case that covers the whole CVT group. Now, two things that I didn't tell you last time. First of all, last time to take out this piece has been a real pain because, and there comes the second thing, actually this is not only a cover, this is a structural part of the CVT. Here, here, this part is actually providing support to the axis of the wheel. So it's not that you just cover the whole lot. This piece here, this whole structure, actually supports and balances and is part of the mechanism of the axis of the rear wheel. And I will show you if I succeed to take out this piece of metal. It can be quite nasty to take out, and there'll be the need for some physical strength, which I fortunately have, but I also have to take care of not damaging it. Now, I cleaned this filter literally, what, 3 weeks ago? 1 month? Look at this. It's unbelievable the amount of shit that comes here. Oops, sorry, did I say that? Yeah, I said that. Well, anyway, so there are a lot of bolts here that you have to take off. Those are only 4, and they are the same size, all of them, so no mistake possible. Let's crank on and let's see if I succeed to take out this beautiful thing here. Oh yes, another thing, let's see if I manage with one hand only. This is also a removable part of the whole lot. Oh, I can do it now. Well, I will show you later. But that is also another piece of the filter. And there you see, by the way, the big bolt that holds the vario in place. It's already visible. Now, see you soon. Alright, so we have a lot of bolts, guys. Let's count them. I see one which is also supporting a clamp for these pipes here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, this one 12, and 13. 13 bolts. So they're all loosened up, so I can take the bolts out. And as I can see, I'm working with very simple hand tools. This is an 8, key 8 again. It's the same key used for the plastic cover. So not too much equipment needed. Let's crank on. Okay, here we are. 13 bolts. They are all the same except one, which is the main one there, which is the long one. All number 8. Let's see, number 8. Yeah, it's number 8. Can I say it? Thanks. There you go. Now, last time to take out this piece has been a real adventure, and I had to hammer it and pull it and push it, and I had to do a lot of stuff to this piece in order to loosen it and then to remove it. Hopefully this time will be a bit easier. Obviously I forgot there is a 14th bolt at least, hopefully no others. This one. Now that bolt is annoying because the space you have available is, let's see if I can focus this, the space you have available is too small for a closed key, such as that one. So you have to use an open key like that one in order to access it. Otherwise It's engineered very, very tight, so there is no space for something as thick as that one. Now, okay, let's see. And there is a 15th bolt, which is here. Where is it? There. There is nothing to say. This kind of stuff is very secured. And hopefully now everything is out and I can try to take out this metal structure. Let's see. Okay, done it. So we have 15 bolts that you have to remove, all the same size apart from this long one which is in the middle of the case. This is the beautiful CVT group, clutch and vario. Now we are going to take out the vario because we are replacing the sliders, so we are not going to touch the clutch. But there is one thing that I want to show you. So this piece here is actually supported by this piece here. This is the structure component of this cover, which is actually not a cover, it's really a part of the structure. It is supporting a mechanism. So to take this stuff out, apart from the fact that you have to remember to take out all the bolts and you have to do it in the right order, and you have to wiggle it a bit or a lot. The first time I tried to take this out has been a real adventure. As you can see, I was prepared to use this wooden stick to hammer it from the other side. There are winglets here, you see, this kind of winglets you can use, and there are a few others which here you go, this one that you can use as a kind of grip or a pressure point to convince this piece to come off, which I had to do last time. This time went a lot better, I must say. Here we go. This is what you need to take out, and that's the other part of the filter, which yeah, still okay, I guess. It's very rough as a filter, it doesn't do much, I think, but anyway. So let me see, the belt is basically new, and as you can see, it gives extremely little away. It's very tight. It's brand new. And this is the big bolt. Now this bolt is not terribly hard, you still probably need an impact wrench, but I think you can do it by hand. This one last time has been a disaster. It has really cost me a few minutes with an impact wrench, which I showed you in one of my last videos, in order to convince that bolt to come off. It's really, really hard. So, well, I will go to get my impact wrench and some electricity, and then I'm trying to do this job, and let's see how it goes. Anyway, don't forget, there are 15 bolts that you have to take out, all the same apart from one, which is the long one in the middle, and by the way, which probably needs to be here. This is the longest one. Cool. Impact wrench time. Wow. All right, so we are set. I got electricity, I got my very simple impact wrench ready, and what you will need is this baby here, which is number 27, so or size 27, number 19. All right, so You set it here and you hammer it away. A little word of advice: if it is the first time you use an impact wrench, make some dry run first, because this stuff is interesting. So you have, I have discovered myself, this one single piece. If you push up, you go in reverse, and this is a forward, reverse and forward. So if you don't know what you are doing with an impact wrench, you risk to make quite some damage. I must say, this time is going a lot smoother than last time, and I don't know why, but I mean, I didn't have to fight too much with this specific component, so it went really smooth. Okay, let's hammer away. Alright, this took also considerably shorter than last time. So here we go. This is the bolt. We put it here, somewhere there. Now don't forget the washer. This one very important. And now I'll put them away. Now it's a question of taking out this plate and then accessing the vario behind it, and then finally we get to the sliders. Okay, let's see how it goes. And off we go. The vario is out, all the various components, and this is what you have when you take out that bit. Right, it's another one that needs to be there. Not too hard. I mean, it's not exactly something that I would do every day, but it's perfectly doable. So now it's a question of fitting the new components and see how it goes. Okay, so this is the intermediate results. These are the new sliders, 16 grams. There you go. These are the old ones, the old rollers. Oh, ha ha ha. These are not right anymore. The fully. There you go. Here. These are gone. This might explain. These are not round anymore. Flat spots everywhere. Look. Good. Well. Alright. So I got also these pieces, which I suppose should replace these pieces, but they're much too big. They don't fit. So I will have to put back the these ones, which I think are still good. Well, I suppose I will get anyway a better result. Alright, let's crank on. Let's see what we can do. Okay, so this is how it looks like. The rollers are full of flat spots. I can feel them under my fingers, so that's a given. They were gone. I'm using this opportunity also to re-grease everything. So as you can see here, I've been working on this part, which is now fully greased. I didn't clean it up yet, but I'm gonna do it quite shortly as soon as I reinstall the vario. So I replace this grease, I replace that grease here, so that should be alright, and I will clean some of the components. As you can see, they're not particularly clean, so I will do that. Yeah, so let's move on Very curious how this goes. Alright, it works. This is it. Regreased. Everything done. Very curious to see how it goes on the road. Very soon. So this has been I think a couple of hours work. I'm not finished yet, but this is more or less what the effort is in doing this kind of job. This is everything I used. As you can see, very simple equipment. I re-greased everything with a generic grease. It should be alright. Those rollers are definitely gone. The impact wrench, which you really need. Yeah, and the rest is now a question of putting everything back together. And yeah, that's it. Oops, finger. I'm very curious to see how the performance is of this new set of sliders, rollers, whatever. Pretty sure it will be a lot better than before. Alright, this is closed and tight. Let's start it again to make sure it's still working fine. Let's see. I don't hear any noise out of the usual, so I think it's alright. So I'll finish closing it up, and then, weather permitting, I'll go for a ride and let's see how it goes. Yeah, I'll let you know, don't worry. Alright guys, I think I'm almost done here. Just wanted to show you some details of the rollers I just took off. These are, I can feel they're gone. This is one. It's less here, but you can see there is a discoloration. There are, I don't know if I can call this flat spots, but definitely they're not round anymore. Look, you can feel it under your fingers here. There's another spot which is not alright anymore. These two, these are all gone. I don't know if that was the problem. Possibly. I'll figure it out very soon. But yeah, definitely. Definitely not round anymore. So yeah, these were ready for replacement anyway. This one are a bit of mystery to me. They are definitely too big for the value I have. So I don't know exactly why I got these components, but They were coming together with the sliders. So they were all here in this box. No, they were in separate boxes. I don't know. I will see. For the time being, I'm pretty happy about the result. So, another adventure done. This time I had the ability to show you the challenges related to the CVT operations and maintenance. As you saw, it is not particularly difficult. It's just a question of being a bit patient and having some tools, nothing complicated. The only thing that you need to have is really an impact wrench if you want to start to work on the CVT belt, because that's really hard. For the rest, points of attention are just the first time you take out that metal cover, the aluminium part, it can be quite hard. Everything from factory is really tight, very hard. The plastic stuff requires just a bit of precaution. It is not complicated. You just need to understand how the various attachments work and what is the right direction to set them up. And for the rest, I think you know, it's perfectly doable by yourself, and that confirms once again my preference for the Maxsym 600i. It is indeed the vehicle that I can maintain myself down to the CVT, the clutch, and the valve, and that saves me a lot of money and saves me a lot of time too, because every time you need to bring the scooter or the motorcycle, whatever you have it, to the garage, it actually costs you time, and my time costs money, as yours, by the way. So next up is to try Max with the new sliders to see how it goes. Unfortunately, the weather is not particularly conducive to riding. It's grey. I think it might be starting raining soon. So yeah, I will see a bit if today is the right day, but probably it will be the right day, because I want to test these new sliders, the explosive acceleration that I was told I was gonna get from this, and then I will let you know how it goes, and I will let you know pretty soon in this video anyway. See you. Alright, just came back from a test ride. Weather is terrible, it's a lot of wind, and it's raining too, but anyway, I tested Max with the new sliders. The results are very good. So what I found is that the acceleration is faster than before, for sure. It was already good before, but it was a bit more gradual. Now it is more responsive, it is more immediate. Jerkiness on transmission between the 3 and the 4000 RPMs, which I told you about some time ago, is basically gone. So I can go now at 50 kilometers per hour in the cities without feeling any transmission uncertainties. So it is a very smooth ride at 100 and 120 kilometers, the real ones, not the speedo fake speeds that are measured by Max. One thing I noticed though is that at comparable speed the engine runs faster, so more RPMs, and I noticed that because now when I travel at 100 kilometers real speed, the RPMs are more close to 5 than to 4 as they were before. Before 100 kilometers per hour, the real ones were 4.5 RPMs, 4,500 RPMs, sorry. Now it's more close to 5. So the engine runs a bit faster in general. That means it will consume a bit more fuel in general. So there is a trade-off. Now the trade-off is not caused by the slider themselves, but by the fact they are 16 grams. The rollers, the original rollers, if I remember correctly, were 18 grams. So I guess that if you want to keep the same kind of engine behavior as before, you could consider having sliders at 18 grams instead of 16, and still getting more or less the same performance you were having before, but having a much smoother ride than with the old rollers I was having. One very important mention: if those of you who are listening were hearing or were experiencing problems with the transmission on a scooter, my suggestion is give a good look to the rollers, because I noticed that now it's a lot smoother in everything. Deceleration, acceleration, cruising speed, it's simply almost as flat as oil. The only time there are still some residual vibrations and uncertainties in the transmission is a very low speed, something like 20-30 kilometers per hour. Then you feel that the sliders don't really know where to go exactly. It's just that kind of band where it is still not super stable. But now at city speeds is absolutely oily, and at 100 and even 120 kilometers per hour is running very, very well. So I'm very happy with this. Strongly suggested to consider, if you have a Maxsym 600 and that you experience some vibration that are above what you would expect or would you appreciate, consider changing the original rollers with sliders or with something else. Maybe you need to try a couple of times. The slider I showed you before, are the Dr. Pulley 16 grams. I'm not advertising for Dr. Pulley in particular. I'm just saying that my old rollers were gone, and with sliders I am getting much better results. Maybe I will get exactly the same results with the original rollers from Sim, simply because they were not destroyed. That I don't know. But in general, I mean, this has been a very successful change. I'm very happy about that. I hope the video has told you something new about how to perform certain activities. It's very windy. I hope you hear me today. And yeah, it was a pleasure to be with you again. And comments, questions, I try to respond as quickly as I can to whoever writes me. And I would like to extend a big word of thanks to those who follow my channel, who told me about the installation of alternatives to rollers. I got advised about this, so it was not my original idea. I would like to thank those followers who did so, and I would invite you to write and to exchange information about this fantastic vehicle that is the Maxsym 600i, and I will do other videos. The next video I want to do, by the way, has to do with the difference between a scooter and a motorcycle. There are a few on YouTube. There are a few people who try to explain what is the balance of advantages and disadvantages between riding a maxi scooter such as this and a motorcycle of comparable dimensions. I want to do a video for myself, because there are a few things I haven't heard so much on those videos, and maybe I can present a different, possibly more complete view on the matter. For the time being, thank you so much for being with me again, and I wish you all the best. Ride safe.